Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now, in this video, I'm going to discuss the breaking news that just came out today regarding Courteney Cox and her upcoming schedule. Now, I will discuss how this can relate to Scream 7 and could definitely affect her decision to return for the next installment. I will also share my thoughts on possible impacts to the storyline of Scream 7 and where I would personally like to see things go, depending, of course, on what happens with Courteney Cox. So, stay tuned because it is time to dive into this right now. Let's go!
Hi everyone, this is Mathieu Kadar, and I'm the ghost face in the opening scene in Scream 6. And yes, I'm the one who kills Samara Weaving, and you're watching Craving Something Scary.
So Bloody Disgusting just posted an article about an hour ago announcing that Courteney Cox's series Shining Veil on the Starz network has unfortunately officially been canceled. So let's get into the article. The headline reads, Shining Veil canceled after 2 seasons and will be removed from Starz streaming service. Now, the article does go on to say that Variety reports the season 2 finale of the horror comedy produced by Warner Brothers TV aired on December 1st. Not only will the show be cut by the network, the first 2 seasons will be removed from the streaming service at the end of the year. All right, so I'm going to respond to this in 2 parts. The first part is just the overall reality and fact that it's been canceled. I hate to see that for Courteney Cox. She had 2 seasons of the show. And, you know, it's always a shame to see folks when their shows get canceled. You know, they're working hard to make it work and make a success. So definitely, you know, sad to see that for Courteney. However, maybe a little bit of potential silver lining here in this case, only because this now opens up her filming schedule, because filming season 3 likely would have been happening, but you know, over the next probably 6 months or so, 3 to 6 months, right? So basically, if Scream 7 proceeds, and we don't know this for a fact here about the pace of this. Initially, it was going to be moving quickly. Well, obviously, with all that's happened with Melissa and Jenna, things have slowed down, apparently. At least it seems that way. I can't verify that 100%, but I can just tell you based on what we're seeing, it looks like things have slowed down from the pre-production side. The last bit of information that we got was that the script was going into being overhauled by James Vanderbilt. So I would imagine that he is very busy, and hopefully Christopher Landon too, because Christopher is going to have a part in this script, and there's no doubt in my mind. So my hope is that they're actively working now on rewriting the script, getting a new story for Scream 7. So having said that, while that's all going on, at least we know this right now regarding Courteney Cox. The issue that we were potentially facing with her having, you know, maybe filming. We don't know when they were going to film. At least I'm not 100% sure when they were going to film Shining Veil Season 3 had it been renewed. But if they had, I'm sure it would have been within the first and second quarter of next year to get that out for the end of the year. Next year, would be my guess. So anyway, that's off the table. So now we don't know. Anything can happen, guys. Look, Courteney Cox could get a phone call today for a new movie or a new series. I mean, these things happen at any time. So it's impossible to completely forecast her availability, obviously, for the first 6 months of next year. I will just say it this way. We know that Shining Veil is no longer an issue in terms of scheduling. So the big question to me, at this point at least, is going to come down to what Courteney Cox wants to do. I mean, as an executive producer on the last film, and I imagine she probably will be on this one. So, you know, it's going to come down to whether or not she wants to come back. I think that's what it is. The same as it does with Neve Campbell. But you guys know I'm wanting a Neve Central. I'm wanting a Sidney Prescott film. I'm wanting, throwback to the Wes Craven films era. I want Sidney Prescott back at the center, and we build around her. And hopefully you get Patrick Dempsey in, and get Mark Kincaid, Kirby, and yeah, Gail too, of course. Would like to see them all return. And I've pitched the idea many times here on the channel, which was first suggested by the great Sarah Campbell, one of my moderators and friends. The idea of a kind of sidelining 5 and 6 as their own set of movies. You know, the Carpenter Chronicles is I like to call them. And we just have a direct sequel to 4. And then David Arquette's back, and we've got Dewey back alive again. You know, that's something that I would love to see. And I know not everyone is down for that. A lot of people don't want to do that. And I respect that. But I do. So I'm going to voice my opinion. That's what I want to see. But having said all of that, who knows what's going to happen? Scream 7 is up in the air. Even as Matthew Lillard said the other day, I put a video out 2-3 days ago about it. We don't know. We just don't know what's going on with 7. It is pretty under lock and key right now. They're not talking anything official. And so my suspicion is that once a script is finalized, once the new script is finalized with James Vanderbilt and Christopher Landon and maybe Guy Busick, we don't know at this point if Guy is attached or not. He was to the first script. So he could be involved with it too. So it could be James and Guy right now rewriting the film, and Christopher Landon having his say as well. But I think once the script is done, they're going to have to get that first. You're right. You can't move forward with filming a movie without a script. So I believe that's the priority. Once that's completed, you know, we'll see what happens. Now, the other thing we don't know is Spyglass's schedule, right? We're talking about Courtney's schedule, but we don't know if Spyglass is going to slow things down considering all that's happened. It might be in their best interest to get some distance between the firing of Melissa and when they actually start to work on the film. You know how things go. People can be very passionate in the moment and for a season, but I'm telling you, I've seen it over and over again where the longer time goes, new things come up, and pretty soon some people will just completely forget, or it's just not as big of a deal anymore when it was a year ago. So not saying that's going to be necessarily the case for everybody, of course, but I'm just saying generally speaking. And I'm sure you've seen that too. But, you know, we're going to have to just wait and see, right? Obviously. But I can say this, at least from Courteney Cox's position here, it looks like, unless something comes up, which could happen, but as of today, that's what we're aware of anyway. I don't believe scheduling will be an issue for her for Scream 7. It's going to come down to whether she wants to do it. Now, real quick, and we'll wrap up, getting back to the article regarding the show Shining Veil itself. The article concludes, the series has to date not received a single physical media release. So this could be another case of a streaming project being wiped off the face of the earth entirely. At this time, the only place to watch both seasons is on Starz. If you've been wanting to check out Shining Veil, you might want to binge it before 2024. So I wanted to include that part of the article for those of you out there who maybe have thought about watching it but haven't. It makes a great point. Literally, this is the only place to see it, and they're going to remove it in 2024. So you got a couple of weeks. You got 11 days, I guess now. So you got we almost 2 weeks to get it done if you want to binge them and watch them. Now it's very possible it will resurface somewhere. Who knows? But you never know how long that's going to take. So just want to mention that to you guys. If you haven't seen it and you want to, and you're thinking about it and it's been putting it off, now is the time. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Now I want to know what you think about Courteney Cox possibly returning for Scream 7 based on what looks to be new availability in her schedule with the cancellation of Shining Vale. So I want to know your thoughts, your ideas, any theories you have regarding the character of Gale Weathers for Scream 7. Do you want to see her back? Do you not? Do you want to see her be the featured, legacy character? Or do you want to see Nev back? I mean, just kind of give me your ideas. I'd like to see what you're thinking under the assumption that Courteney does return. So start leaving your comments and your ideas below in the comments section of this video so we can discuss it together. All right, I always love to see what you guys are thinking. Well, that's going to be all for this update, but I'm going to be back soon with more Scream and other horror movie content as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thanks for watching.